everyone, I am Sneha Hero, and today we are here to interview an actor who made us fall in love with his terrified performance in Ninja, and he's back as Malik Kafur in Padmaavat. Welcome to Koimui.com, Jim. How are you?
Very good.
So how is the feeling right now? The film has finally been released after facing so many backlashes. So how is the feeling?
Very good.
So were you at any point of time sad or depressed that the film will release or no?
No, I didn't have any doubt in my mind.
Okay.
I was sure that it would release. It was just a matter of time. And I've been in other films as well where you finish shooting and then there are many months before the final release. Whereas in this one, we were shooting all the way up until November. So really, wasn't that long to wait.
You know, your character Malik Kafur is an ultimate character in the film, and it is being talked.
What do you mean ultimate?
Ultimate as in
Like cool, like good.
Cool, epic. It is being talked about a lot. The audiences are loving it, and what do you have to say? Did you expect such response from the audience?
No, I don't think you can ever expect the magnitude of response. You can always hope for it. I felt relieved. I felt like the hard work has all paid off. There's this mosquito, you know me and mosquitoes.
Yeah.
And I was hoping that this track would be met with love, of course, but no, I could never have expected it.
So, what kind of responses you are getting on social media? Like for Ninja, you were getting messages like "Come and kidnap me."
Right.
For this, what kind of messages you are getting?
Just now, there was a funny meme that was like, when the rest of us, are in the bathtub or in bed, and it was like an iPod with headphones attached. When Alauddin Khilji is in the bathtub or in bed, and it's like me with the fire thing and singing. That's cute.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was it difficult to adapt the accent which you have in the film?
No, I had lots of
help. It is very different from what you have done earlier. So
yeah, but I had lots of help. Munira Suratli ji was there with us for the Urdu dialect, and Sarfraz ji was helping us with the Afghani dialect the whole time. So they were on set, they were there. I worked with Munira ji a bit before the thing started, the shoot started, and then on set, because often there are improvisations, often there are slight tweaks to the lines, we'd have to do a little prep work quickly on set. And what went from, I was so nervous in the beginning, so nervous, and the first day all the lines got changed and they added a prayer that I had to say, and I was so frightened, that because I heard Sanjay Leela Bhansali said it's intense, he's very demanding, he wants all of these things, and I was, anyway shaking, and then so he was trying to change some words around that first day, and I was really struggling with it because I was so nervous. And cut to almost a year later, but the whole scene is changing again. Giant monologues are being given to me that I wouldn't have had, not monologues, but series of lines, and I can pick it up quickly and in a day and easily, and it's so it was cool even to see just my progress with the thing. I think as you get stronger, better rooted in your character, it becomes easier to quickly learn anything new.
So what was your first reaction when you saw yourself on the screen, big screen?
When I watched it finally, my heart was beating pretty hard as I sat there, knowing that it's coming, knowing that my friends are in the audience. And then when the scene, kind of went well, I was like,
it's done.
Yeah, I'm not looking horrible. Because for me, the first experience of watching a film, maybe other people enjoy it, maybe other people are like, wow, I did so well there and stuff. Mostly I'm like, that moment, that moment could have done that. This was a little bit, okay, not bad. What am I doing, For me, it's kind of like that.
Okay. So, Jim, we have heard that you were recommended by Ranveer Singh to Sanjay Leela Bhansali. So, what was your first reaction when you came to know that Ranveer Singh recommended you?
Awesome! Like that. And also, it gives you the confidence of mutual admiration. It makes you feel like if this person has recommended you, they want to work with you.
Right.
And if they want to work with you, it means you can do what you have to do. Sometimes, as a bit of an outsider, you get worried by the whole hierarchical star system, and you don't know if the scene is going to be an equal give and take, or if it's going to be, you just have to kind of do what is necessary to move the scene forward. Whereas in this case, it was totally right from the beginning, and a give and take, and very enjoyable.
So, like when you read the narration or Sanjay sir narrated the story script,
I just read the script. Yeah.
Achha, okay.
He met me. He said how much he liked the part and how much he liked my audition, and he asked me like, who told the girl she was very good? Who told her to walk around you in that scene? I was like, oh, I did that. I wanted a moment where I could have a reaction to her that she doesn't see, that only you get to see.
Okay.
So he was like, and then I went in and I read the script, and my first reaction was like, oh, awesome, what a great character. There's so much to do, so much fun. He's the only person that gets in any way to like stand up against Alauddin Khilji on his team, while simultaneously exploring all of the things that a proud lover would have. I find that such an interesting type of person. Not a like bichara lover, but a proud lover. What does that mean? And I love that moment then as the film continues, where like it gets to the point of, okay, my love, this is what you want, let's go get it. Let's go get it, and then we'll see. If that's what you want, let's fucking get it.
Okay, so your and Ranveer's chemistry, on-screen chemistry, is being appreciated by one and all.
Do you like it?
Yes.
You find Ranveer attractive? Handsome?
Both of you.
You find him handsome? No?
Both of you.
Okay.
And in the song Vintidil, we can see the one-sided love from your side. So how did you manage to
because in that moment his head is all wrapped up with Padmaavat, right? Padmaavati, and trying to get her and all of that kind of stuff. And so that song is cool because it allows me an opportunity to sing both his desire and my desire. It's an expression of both.
But it was one-sided, so wasn't it difficult?
He eventually pushes me out.
Yeah. So wasn't it difficult to show that love to the person?
Have you ever had a one-sided love? Have you ever loved someone who hasn't loved you back?
No.
Never?
No.
Awesome. I have.
It's Salman Khan only.
And he loves you back?
No, he doesn't.
So it's also one-sided, huh?
But it is not possible, no?
It's not possible.
At any point of time.
But say you got into a situation. You got into a situation where Salman Khan said, come. Hero, be my slave. Okay? Do everything that I want. Okay? You will try, huh?
Yes,
you will try to get into bed if you can, or whatever the situation is, like Vintidil, because eventually I try, no? You'll also try. If he pushes away, you'll sing, Buzz.
Okay. So like Sanjay Leela Bhansali.
So there's no difference, I feel. So there was nothing hard about it.
Sanjay Leela Bhansali is a director who is in everybody's wish list today. So how was it working with the man himself, and how is his work different from other directors you have worked with?
I love working with him. I think that I feel very grateful to have been able to. I've learned so much on his set. Things that now I take for granted that I know how to do. Because it was taught under fire. Like there's a feeling on the set of do or die. Like, we gotta get the scene right, or it's the end of the world. And I love that feeling. Even talking about that feeling is giving me a kind of goosebumps and like strange sensation, because I feel that that's the case. He's he's very demanding. He knows what he wants. He wants you to get it, but simultaneously, and that can be frightening, right? But simultaneously, if he believes in you, if he sees that you can give him the thing that he wants, he'll always push you to do better. He'll always get to that level that you might not have been able to get to before. He'll always wonder, that thing should have come, and I'll be like, I did it, sir, I did it. And then we'll watch it, and he'll be like, it did come for a second, but it needs to be a bit more, and it's like, okay, let's do another thing, Like that, for me, it was like that. And so many times, after many takes that we were kind of getting it, kind of not getting it, there were moments of magic, but not perfect. When you finally get it, the feeling was like, yes, and the same way that if you weren't doing it right, he criticizes you. If you get it right, he praises you with the same love and the same exuberance. I love that. I like a director who, is like a coach. Jump, how high, kind of situation, I guess. And in addition to that, he's very improvisational as well, which is such a delight to work with, because a scene is written one way, he'll come with a new little idea or a new element, and then you'll have to take that element and incorporate it. And 9 times out of 10, and Ranveer broke this down for me, made it clear for me. He would say that, Jim, oftentimes this new element actually becomes the fulcrum of the scene, the thing on which the scene is now newly balanced. I find that very fascinating. So I would always try to be aware of the new thing he was adding, and try to understand how to play around it, use it as a new way to enter a scene that I've already got in my mind in one way. So then whenever you have to adapt to a new situation, you discover things that you wouldn't have otherwise discovered. So he's always pushing you to do something like that, which I admire greatly. And again, of course, his eye to detail is just something else, and his frame is just so beautiful that you get spoiled. You work then on like a web series, and no offense to any web series or anything else, but you look at the frame then and you're like, this bag, come on. Yeah.
Okay, so was there any scene in the film which was a bit difficult for you to do it? Like any scene you can speak about?
They all were difficult. Sometimes depends on the day, depends on the thing. Sometimes it's hot. Sometimes there are lots of new lines you have to very quickly learn and apply the accent and try to be precise and get that level of depth that he's interested in. Some days you're just tired, you're sick, you just want to lie down. But that day is the day that you have to bring some kind of magic. I learned a lot about framing, the power of the frame. Like one of my favorite moments is that part where I sneak up behind the character named Raghav Chetan, who's played by Ayam. So in one moment I'm there next to him, smiling at him. He moves forward, I duck, I sneak up behind him, so I can take him out right at that point of Munzu there. He's out of the frame, And that was only something that you can experience like after learning about the frame and seeing that he really enjoys, that Sanjay sir really enjoys playing around with the frame and how you can use the frame. And I'm like, oh, he likes that. Okay, how can I do it? Is it possible? So I feel like I've just learned a lot. I've learned so much about film acting itself that I would now like to put into practice and to explore the power of the frame. Fascinating. Like in theatre, if someone tells me you have to make an entrance at this point, I'll know instinctually that the best possible way, the best entrance I can make will be from the front wing. I shouldn't come from the middle wing, not now, because the rest of the action is going on here, so it'll be more surprising here. I know that. Director doesn't have to tell me that. He just has to say you have to come in at this point, and I'll be able to figure the rest out and surprise him. And if I surprise him, I've surprised the audience. So similarly, I've just started to learn it in terms of camera acting.
So like we have seen you in Ninja playing a role of terrorist.
What scene did you like?
I love the movie.
But name one scene that
in
you liked
the
a lot.
Padmaavat.
Yeah.
that the scene which Ranveer puts the perfume on his body and he
Rubs the girl.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
Puts it on the girl and then rubs the girl. And
Yeah. Okay, so like we have seen you in Nija essaying the role of a terrorist, and then Rapta you played a villain, and in this one you are very unusual and very different from what you have played before. So how do you basically choose your scripts, or what all things you keep in your mind while
Nirja, my first film. Death in the Gunj, I was cast in before Nirja was released. No one else was casting me in anything. Also great story. I read that script and I was like, small part, big part, doesn't matter. I want to be a part of these great stories. You know? Rapta, the only thing offered to me after Nirja. Padmaavat, the next thing offered to me while Rapta was still shooting. Is the Sanjay Dutt biopic.
You're doing it?
Yeah, it's going to come out in June. Shot already, finished.
Oh, you shot for it?
Yeah.
You're playing the role of Salman Khan.
You know, if it was the case, I wouldn't tell you.
I read it somewhere.
Even if it was the case, I wouldn't tell you. So I don't like to talk about my character until after the film. Unless they say that I have to. Unless it's important for the film promotions or something. But in this one, they have everyone. They have such a star cast. I'm somewhere down here.
Everyone is an important part.
I'll try to do my best. I got it. Three for three.
No, I'm zero for three.
Okay, I'm a hero.
So, like, the story is the hero of your. What can I say?
Yeah.
What it is.
I think now, because there's an Islamophobia rife in the world, I won't play another evil Muslim character for a very long time, unless I think that the way it's been treated presents a human being and not a thing that will rile up any more anti-Muslim sentiments. I don't like that. I don't think it's a good thing in the world. I don't plan on playing them. I've since been cast in Sanjay Leela Bansali's film and Rajkumar Hirani's film. I feel like I've rejected some films because I've been offered the part of a kind of Muslim villain, and I don't think it's right.
So lastly, what's next? Like, that biopic is
The next film. I'm also in a web series called Made in Heaven. So yeah, Taranitya, Mera, Hamra. That's there.
Made in heaven, right?
M-I-H.
Okay.
M-I-H. Made in Heaven.
Okay. The made is not M-A-D-E, no, it's M-A-I-D.
No, it's M-A-D-E.
M-A-D-E.
It's about a wedding. It's about a wedding planner. So if it was made in heaven like that, it would be a bit more cynical view on marriage.
Okay, my bad.
Maybe that's the case. I don't know.
Okay. So we have a rapid fire round as well.
Yay! So good at these.
So be quick as you can.
I'm so bad at this.
You will be good.
Shreya, you just mouth me answers. I'll just say them.
So first question is Khalil and Nirja or Malik Kafur and Padmaavat, which character was harder to perform?
Both were really hard in different ways completely. One was like a very intense and crazy sprint where you had to manage all of these things flying at you at the same time. The other one was like a long, grueling marathon.
Okay. So rate Ranveer Singh on the rate of 10.
10.
As an actor?
10.
As a human? As a lover?
10.
As a dancer?
Wait, what do you mean by lover? I've never experienced his like actual love part.
On screen.
I'm sure he must be good. 10.
As a dancer?
10.
Okay. If Khilji agrees, where will Malik Kafur would have taken him on a date for the first time?
A date and all. Malik Kafur doesn't care about dates and stuff like that.
Anywhere.
Yeah, whatever is fine.
Okay, take it.
He doesn't take this whole thing very seriously. You know?
One similar trait.
He's not like romantic like that. You know?
One
He's
similar-
like baat up, chalega, war, chalega. What?
Okay, one similar trait between the real you and Malik Kafur.
Lover, fighter. So many things. Prideful, ambitious. Doesn't take things too seriously.
Your one favorite scene from Padmaavat.
What if I just kill them?
Okay, that last scene.
My favorite scene?
Padmaavat.
My favorite scene?
Yeah.
I don't have one.
The whole movie is your favorite.
I like it all.
One actor you can't wait to work with.
I was going to say Nawaz, but I have worked with him briefly. A tiny role. There are two actually coming up. There are two movies that I'm about to start. Starting one now, starting another one in March and April. I can't tell you, but both have actors I'm very excited to work with. But I can't tell you who they are.
A little bit of.
I can't tell you anything about the stories. Not that I can't, I won't.
Okay. No problem. So apart from Khilji, who do you think has been the baddest villain of all time?
I don't know about this word villain. You mean very specifically villain, like if we're thinking about it in a comic book, cartoon kind of sense, villain, or you mean like a dark
Kabir
character?
Singh wala villain.
Kabir Singh's pretty good. Fucking Ramesh Puri and this thing, yeah. It's just so funny.
Okay. So apart from Malik Kafur, which role do you think you could have played in Padmaavat?
Whereas truly like a scary person, but who is also fascinating and you can't stop watching. Like in There Will Be Blood, for example. I think Nawaz is a great villain and Raman Raghav is so good in it. But I just don't think of things in terms of hero villain in my life. So when you say it also, I'm immediately like, what do you mean? Because in life you don't have your friends categorized into hero and villain categories. It's absurd almost. People are great, people are nice, people are this. There's some people you don't like, but they also have friends who like them. So they must think they're the hero. You think they're the villain. So it's obviously more complicated than that, and I don't understand why we still talk about it like this.
Take it as a hypothetical situation.
No. I'm asking.
It's a rapid fire, Jim.
No, why?
Okay, stop roasting me now. So, apart from Malik Kafur, which role do you think you could have nailed it in Padmaavat?
I don't know. I'd have had to try and see.
But
I would have loved to play.
Khilji.
Yeah. What a movie role.
Okay. So,
But I can't dance like that and stuff. I would have had to do much more tricking.
but I'm sure you would have nailed it.
I would have tried my best.
Okay. So, who is the current box office king of Bollywood?
I don't know who is. Who?
Who?
I
just
don't know.
took his name.
Ranveer Singh.
No. My dream date. A few questions back.
I know.
Okay. So if a movie was made on your life, what genre would it be and who would play you?
Horror story.
And who would play you?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
You have to answer this, come on.
It would be like a dark comedy. And who would play me? I would play me.
No,
Someone else would have to play me?
yeah.
Sasha Baron Cohen.
Okay. No one from Bollywood?
He looks the most like me now. What to do?
Okay, no problem.
I look the most like him.
Our next segment is how well do you know Ranveer Singh? So I will give you a question with some options. You have to answer that.
Yeah. But details about a human being don't matter. You have to know the soul, the spirit. Basically, I won't know any of these answers.
Okay. So, who directed Ranveer Singh's debut movie Band Baja Bana?
No
Omi
idea.
Achania, Siddharth Anand, Malik Sharma, who did not? Very easy.
Not Omi, that much I know. What was the next option?
Siddharth Anand.
Yeah. No. Manish.
Yeah, Malik Sharma.
It's like clever answer, boss.
So, Ranveer Singh is a diehard fan of which football club? Manchester
Arsenal.
United. Very good. What is Ranveer Singh's real name? I can't give you go.
No idea.
You don't know his real name?
Ranveer Singh is
No.
good enough for me, yeah. What's his real name?
Ranveer.
Oh yeah. Sapna, Bhavna, that connection, right?
Complete this Ranveer Singh dialogue. चीते की चाल, बाज की नजर और haven't seen Bajirao Mastani?
Huh?
Bajirao Mastani?
I have, but I don't remember this line.
चीते की चाल, बाज की नजर और बाजीराव की तलवार पे संदेह नहीं करते, कभी भी मार दे सकते. Vikram Bala in Gunde. What was Ranveer Singh's character name in the film?
Really can't say.
You're losing it. We have a hamper for you.
I told you I do not know any of these answers.
Okay, Vikram goes.
Okay.
Apart from Anushka Sharma, who were the rest 3 actresses in Ladies vs. Ricky Bell?
No idea.
ये नहीं हो सकता.
I don't know now what to do.
अच्छा, guess any 3 actresses.
Why would I do that?
Make it a fun segment.
You say now what they do. The
I don't have any options.
Give 6 options and
No.
I'll
Okay, Parinidhi Chopra, Deepanita Sharma, and Aditi Sharma.
pick. Yes. Those 3. I got it.
Okay, when is Ranveer Singh's birthday? 5th July, 20th July, 12th July, 6th July.
You said 6 twice. Well then.
5th July,
Yeah.
20th July, 12th July, 6th July. I can show you.
5th.
No.
6th.
Yes.
6th July.
Okay, how many times Ranveer and Deepika have worked together in films including cameos? 1, 2, 3, 4.
4. Yes.
What was the name of Ranveer Singh and Anushka Sharma's wedding planning agency in Band Baja Bana? Happy
No idea.
Wedding, Mubarak Shadi, Shadi Mubarak, Happy Planning.
Happy plans. Shadi Mubarak. Yes.
Okay, true or false? Ranveer Singh won Filmfare Award for Best Male Debut for Band Baja Bana.
True. Yes.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you so much.
Okay.